Hello everyone and welcome to a new Let's Try, this time of the game, the Book of Unwritten Tales 2. It's a point and click game, and I have always been a big fan of point and click games. I've played the heck out of pretty much every Broken Sword game. So I'm curious to see what this one brings to the table. It's got a cool art style, and it's basically well, not really 3D, but it looks 3D, and so that's kind of nice. So I already played through the tutorial bit because that's just a lot of explanation of how to left click something, which nobody really is interested in. Unfortunately, that also cut off a little bit of the story. And talking about the story, I never played the Book of Unwritten Tales 1, so whenever they hint to something that happened in the past, I'm afraid I can't help you with that. The story so far is one of the main characters, a guy, was falling out of the sky because his flying ship or something blew up, and he rubbed the lantern. A ghost came out, or a genie. He asked him to save him, and they flew off on a flying carpet, and they ended up in some sort of fairy tale land. Cut forward to that fairy tale land, there was a lady elf that was in discussions with her mother, and she is about to get an arranged marriage, and she doesn't want that, and the lady elf was a little bit not feeling well, and she said, well, elves don't get sick, and she's about to go to the library to find a book that is going to tell her what's wrong with her. That's all that happened so far, and I think we're gonna start it off with her heading to the library. So I'm just gonna load up the game. First I'm gonna turn up the music. I turned it off right now because otherwise I would have been talking over the music. So yeah, a little bit of music on the background, and here we go. So this is the Lady Elf, and as you can see, point and click, so I can look at the bed.
I've been sleeping badly of late, and sometimes I feel tired all day long. I've never been ill, but something isn't right. I hope I'll find the answer in the library.
That's what I said. So this is a birdie that sat on its perch over there, and she was talking with it. So apparently she can understand what
Cheap survived our past
he's
adventure,
saying.
even if he'll insist on exactly the opposite. He told everyone for months how he defended me from all the evils of the world, and then only just escaped with his tail feathers intact. The times when the others were here in the Elf Burrow, those were the best that I've ever had. The critter could never keep still when I was drawing him. He was always pulling faces and trying to make me laugh. Wilbur was so excited. He loves elves and our stories. He spent hours sitting with my father and listening to him talk about bygone ages. Complete idiot.
So these are the four main characters. She's one, and there's the three on the paintings. The guy that was falling from the sky was the one in the back painting. Let's look at the music box and maybe the bowl, and then head out to the balcony.
An envoy from the Far East gave me this musical box years ago. Wherever I go, I always have its tune in my head. Normally this bowl is full of fruit and nuts. Presumably Mother has decided I should be without such things whilst I am, as she says, positively rotund.
Yeah, her mother was complaining that she's getting fat just as the wedding is approaching. Normally we would have gone out through the front door, but the mother, she was in discussions with about that arranged marriage, just locked the door behind us. So I think we're just gonna try and get out through the balcony. Maybe we can get a good scenery look.
I used to look into the woods for days on end, imagining what the world beyond would be like. Now I know, and I think I miss it.
Apparently not. So where to go? Where to go? I don't want to look at the sunflowers. I just want to see if I can get anywhere. Climb down. Yeah, but where?
I've seen much here in the Elfborough.
Yeah. Ah, there's the spot.
It may not be befitting of a princess, but this isn't the first time that I've climbed into the garden via the balcony, and it won't be the last. I'm just doing my morning exercises. I wasn't going to. Of course, I could just ignore him and climb down into the garden anyway. He would, however, make a beeline to Mother and tell on me, and who knows what the two of them would cook up for me next.
So, we go back in and then trap the bird, I think. Let's put him in the music box. Ha ha ha. Can't we just put him in that music box? I mean, it opens up.
Hey, Cheap. Most birds love a mirror because they believe they can see another bird in it. You just love them because you can't get enough of yourself. I would be a bit less unbearable if I wasn't incarcerated in here. See you later. Yes, of course I'll be a good girl and stay in my room.
Well, apparently that's not it. Let's just try and climb out and see what happens.
Okay, he's not looking this way. Oh, there is more than one kind of stretch exercise, you know. Perhaps you'd like to train with me. No chance. I can't sneak down as long as Cheap Cheap's on guard.
Right. So what now?
If I'm to get out of this room, I'll have to trick him. Mother's orders are sacrosanct to him.
Let's try it one more time.
The music box closes automatically as soon as the melody finishes. Fresh water from the spring brook, the little stream that rises here in the castle and provides for the whole valley. People come from far and wide to drink it. If I'm to get out of this room...
Yeah. Now, these games do get a little bit frustrating when it's not really clear what you're to do.
Elven craftsmen have centuries to perfect their artistic skills. Only when everything is always perfect, then isn't everything always the same and somehow unimportant?
No, I do not want to enter the balcony. Ooh, a hat. Can we put him in that?
I had my birthday during the few weeks that we spent living together here in the Elfborough. That was a big deal for Wilbur. He couldn't understand that the significance of birthdays tends to fade after a few hundred years. He insisted on making me a present. He sat in the corner for days knitting me this hat with his little gnarled fingers.
No, apparently not.
My jewellery box serves as a podium for the vertically challenged narcissist.
Let's open it up.
Could you please move aside? I want to get into my jewellery box. He doesn't listen to me anymore, since I almost caused him to be roasted by fireballs, decapitated by swords, and eaten by monsters. Mother has permitted him to disregard any of my orders that go against her wishes. His interpretation of this can be liberal. Cheap, the box, please. Oh.
Okay, so that's apparently not gonna work.
If I'm to get
Yep, that's the same.
a beautiful red flower. It was only put here a few days ago. Sometimes Mother orders a new plant that looks nice in my room. And then it's replaced and planted in the garden.
Wait, do we have anything in our inventory? Can we do something with that?
Since Nate left without saying so much as a word, Mother seized the opportunity to marry me off to a proper elf prince. So far, I've managed to frighten off every candidate successfully. But she's starting to lose her patience.
This is getting annoying, people.
Cheap.
Yep, we've done that before. Let's head out one more time.
We have many exotic plants here in the palace, but sunflowers are my favourite.
Oh, we can pick it up.
Apologies, I need a few of your seeds.
Ah, now we put the seeds in the music box. I hope. Do it. No, maybe just like this then.
Hey Cheap, you hungry? Fancy some delicious sunflower seeds? You want the seeds? I want to get out of this room. Could we not come to some arrangement? I know that royal servants are unbribable, but sunflower seeds? Then perhaps not.
Now, where to put them? Not there. Come on, move. Can we now do something with the bowl?
Normally this bowl is full of fruit and presumably Mother has decided...
Yep. No. Do we put them in there? Yeah, we do put them in there.
Cheap, would it be possible for you to stop admiring yourself for 2 seconds and move over to stuffing your beak instead? Don't say I never look after you. Pearls, precious stones, sparkling earrings and necklaces. All the stuff I have to wear at official functions. If it were up to Mother, I would have trunkfuls of this stuff, and a wing of the castle would be my wardrobe. She just can't understand why Pa and I aren't into this sort of thing.
Right. So, maybe this is enough of a distraction to get out of here.
I don't know how, but he always seems to know when I'm going against Mother's will. Perhaps it's a sixth sense, or magic. Or he just knows me too well. Not while Cheap's still on...
Okay.
He's enjoying his food more than admiring his reflection. If he carries on like this, he'll need a larger mirror.
Can we do something with the mirror? Good. Can we combine the mirror? Now I want to put the mirror against this statue. Then he will get on the box like that. We open the box, he falls in, and we're good to go.
Hey, withdrawal symptoms? I just need the music box a minute. You don't need to turn your head away from your beautiful reflection for 1 second. Come on.
Goodbye.
Shh.
So, we were right all along. It was just
He's
an
gone to
order of
sleep.
steps.
It got dark and he's simply... No matter. I can now enjoy a few minutes of peace.
Sorry that took me so long.
Let's go. As expected, no one here. My parents are in the throne room ruling the lands. Or rather, Mother is. There's only a little water left in the bird bath. Cheep Cheep always says that it evaporates quickly. I, however, think that the constant need to replenish the water is more down to his unbridled joyous splashing and not insignificant body mass.
Alright, do we walk around here and investigate a little?
This is Mother's mirror.
You never know when you
It's
find
said
stuff
you
that
can
you
see
need.
into the furthest corners of the land and know what's happening in every part of the world. At the moment, it's no more than a shallow bowl. The water's missing. Mother thought it was unseemly of the bees to build their hive in our garden. I don't think she could get used to the thought that she would no longer be the only queen here.
I need to look at a
lovely
bunch.
spot, so long as the bees...
Yeah. I'm just gonna
I don't
click
know the
through.
names. Grandmother
If
knows
I
them
can't
all,
pick it up, I'm
which is
just gonna
probably down to the
click
fact
through
that
it a
was
little
her
bit.
that gave many of the plants their names a few thousand years ago. Shite beerwood, sweat tea, dodder flower, fat hen, bistort, stink root. We no longer invite her to family gatherings.
I can see why.
A fairly small, unattractive tree.
It's alive!
Huh. I'd like to see how attractive you'd look if someone disturbed you on the pot in the morning.
You mean...
Anyway, what can I do for you, my little beauty?
Mother put me on a diet this morning so that I'll look perfect for my wedding.
Oh, everything has to be perfect for her. No such thing in nature, of course. Or rather, everything is perfect if you just let nature run its course.
Aww.
You tell that to Mother.
I have, many times. She'd be very clever in some things, but very daft concerning that.
Now then, she is the queen.
I'm old enough to be able to call a spade a spade. Spade, gardener. Get it?
No, I don't.
You and Father, you get along well, don't you?
Ah, no one understands more about nature than him, that's for sure. But I don't often ask him for help. Thinking has never got a field dug, if you get my drift.
He's just more of a theorist.
Ah, the mud on your feet, the smell of fresh earth, all that joy and life. And he's missing out on the lot by just sitting around up there and doing nubbit.
The garden always looks fantastic, Arbor.
Thank you. It's a girt load of work. People always think elf gardens are fabulous by their very nature. But you need a mighty good gardener.
You have got green fingers.
Ah, that's just moss, my dear. Happens if you spend all day grubbing around in the earth and don't wash your hands properly in the evenings.
Is this absolutely necessary?
What are you up to today, then? Got much on?
Oh, the usual. You know, it never rains in the elf burrow, but the flowers need their water, so I water them every day.
Ah, the curse of good weather.
The weather isn't the only thing which isn't right. I've been here 30 years, and for 30 years we've had autumn.
Time passes differently in the elf burrow. Slower.
Well, that's why everyone grows to be ancient here, obviously. But if we had a bit of normal weather and the usual seasons, there'd be a lot more variety here.
Nowhere are the trees so green and healthy as here in the elf world. You tree shepherds do a great job.
Tree shepherds? The trees just stand there. What do they need a shepherd? However, I quite fancy one of those shepherd dogs. Hey, Rex, do you want to be my shepherd dog? Nah, my darling. I'm a gardener. Nothing more, nothing less.
I have to get on.
Thank you.
Got a bit to do myself. I just don't know what's wrong with that plant over there.
Although it would be fun if he got a dog and the dog would pee on him. Can we pick up the rock? Where are we going?
Your mother got a whole heap of flowers given to her the other day from a fairy delegation. All of them took good and strong, just not that one.
Perhaps it needs a special type of soil or something.
Well, anything's possible. If I don't think of something soon, I'll have to ask your father. He can have a little chat with her and she might tell him what's up.
If you're going in, it'd be nice if you didn't tell my mother that you saw me out here.
Oh, you playing hooky again? My lips are sealed.
Right. Let's get on with it.
There are reeds and water lilies.
Yeah, not interesting. Oh, library. Ooh, what's that? Cube. Is he stuffed?
A great example of the variety of our world's fauna. Some of the ideas Mother Nature has can be quite off the wall.
Now imagine this head not being there and there's a little head on there. Tell me what you see.
Swords of all the idiots who have tried to conquer the elf burrow. It's become less frequent over the last few centuries. Humans and dwarves appear to have learnt their lesson.
Ooh, I didn't even spot the dragon.
A few years ago, this dragon was causing a whole lot of grief. A bounty was put on its head, and all heroes of the land were encouraged to hunt it down. 40 brave warriors penetrated its lair and slew it. They brought the head to the palace where it was displayed in triumph. The strange thing was that a bit later more adventurers came carrying an identical head. Then more and more heroes arrived. What have we got here then? Aha. Ah, Almanac of Elf Medicine. That's what I've been looking for.
Ow! Be careful, if you please.
A speaking book?
An ill elf?
Ill elf? So I look ill. What's wrong with me?
Take it easy, young one thing at a time.
Young one. I'm older than you.
And you look it too.
I do?
Ouch.
No, of course not, and I can also see no illness. But the mere fact that I've been fished out from the back of the shelf for the first time in centuries tells me that something is wrong.
I haven't been feeling too well recently. I'm sleeping badly and have no appetite. I know that elves are very seldom ill, but if it's not that, then it must be some kind of magic or curse.
Seldom ill does not actually mean never ill. Elves can, for instance, suffer from a broken heart.
Oh, please.
It is one of the most common causes of death amongst beautiful princesses.
Oh, it must be something else.
Sensitive elves can sometimes suffer from the pains of the world. There are a variety of ear infections, and of course it could also be lupus.
It's never lupus.
But I think it is something else.
Like what?
To be completely certain, you must mix a potion and drink it.
Are you serious?
Very.
Potion.
All right, this potion. What goes in it?
It is very easy to make. You need to pound together the green fruit of a metaspush, a spoonful of honey and a red herring, and then mix with water into a viscous potion.
Oh, that sounds revolting.
It's medicine. It isn't supposed to taste nice.
And if I drink it, I'll be well again?
We will then at least know what is wrong with you.
Whew, a lot of choices. A red herring needs to be put in here. What goes in here? Thanks.
This
Yes.
Metis bush. Where can I find one?
Haven't a clue. I'm just a book and have spent years sandwiched between dusty hymnals and a tome of revolting recipes.
A red herring. Are you serious?
Of course, why not? Red herrings are known all over the land as particularly useful fish. Their uses in the areas of medicine, cuisine, and literature are too numerous to mention.
All right, so I've got a red herring.
What was the third part?
What are the potion's ingredients again?
The green fruit of it.
Honey.
You have to put everything into a bowl with a bit of water and pound.
Okay, thank you.
I think that's all for now.
Now,
Normally, it's me that ends patient consultations. You are only a princess, but I am a doctor.
right. Let's see if that bush, by accident, is the one we need.
It doesn't look very well at all. It's unusual for flowers to hang their heads in this garden.
If it's not, we can ask
Normally
him.
they blossom in Aguda. Hi, Arba.
Oh, Ivo!
If I were ill and needed to make some medicine, then you'd help me with that, wouldn't you?
Ill? You're an elf! Elves don't get ill!
But if I were...
Oh, come on, now tell me, how can I help you?
Do we have a metis bush in the garden here?
That bush over yonder.
But that fruit's red.
And what colour do you expect there?
Green. Are they only green when they're not ripe?
Nah, they're blue then. They're green when the bush senses danger.
Pardon?
The metis bush has exceptionally delicious sweet fruit. But if it thinks it's in danger, then they go green and very sour. Call it a defense mechanism.
Ah, and the bush only has red fruit because it has nothing to be afraid of here.
That's right.
Do you know how I could get my hands on
Well,
some honey?
maybe look up there, but
Try the kitchens.
I prefer not to wander through the castle.
Of course. Someone would tell your mother.
Would that beehive in the tree over there be of any help?
Oh, I'd be careful with that. The bees defend their honey and can give you a nasty sting.
Couldn't they be distracted or tricked in some way?
Beekeepers wear protective clothes and use smoke that calms the bees. But I don't have any beekeeper kit here. I just let the bees keep their honey and they pollinate my flowers. That's how we've always done it.
I often see you fishing. Could you lend me your rod?
Of course, if you bring it back in one piece. What's up?
I was convinced that I would have to make my own fishing rod or that you'd ask me to collect a variety of mystical items in exchange for it.
Why? It's only a rod.
Thanks.
Not everything needs to be complicated, you know.
too many innuendos.
There's something else. See you later, Arba.
No.
See ya.
As a conclusion to this episode, let's try and beat that. Oh, I can't. Oh, let's just fish then. I'm gonna try and capture a fish.
I can't think of any use for a water lily, but a reed could come in handy.
Oh, we picked up something. We can set that on fire, probably.
I don't have a clue about fishing, but I'll try my luck.
Fishing skill, 0. So apparently we need to do this
Just
more
as I
often.
expected, nothing. On the other hand, Somehow I have the feeling that I now know what I'm doing.
Okay, let's try again then.
I guess that I can just practice until I'm good enough. Or I could try to speed things up by learning more about fishing elsewhere.
Okay, let's go back to the library. Well, guys, this is a let's try, so I wasn't planning on doing a series of this, but even though it's a little bit of a slow progressing game, I'd like to do at least a few episodes. So next episode I am going to try and make that potion. If you like this one, leave a like. Tell me what you think about the game. If you want me to see more, do more of this game as a series, and yeah, I'll see you in the next episode where we try to make that potion happen and probably light some things on fire. So thank you all for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.